What is this weird wood and metal thing found near an urban stream? It was found while doing a greenway cleanup, and it was in the bushes along the stream. The only thing I could think it would be is like maybe part of a mill of some sort. It's pretty heavy for its size, maybe 40-ish pounds. Any idea what this could be? That's the remnant of a wagon wheel hub. You can see where the individual spokes fit into the spaces in the hub. It's a very rare and interesting find. I know what this is because by a rare twist of fate, I was conceived on a wagon train. That's a true story. What is this crystal pillar with one flat spot to lay sideways and some grooves, approximately 2 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide, when sitting on flat edges? It was found in a box of assorted crystal pieces, most of which were kitchen-related but not all. No writing or markings other than the star design on each end. It doesn't do anything except sit there, with no batteries and no lights. Based on the flat sides, the assumption is it's supposed to sit, but that's just an assumption. Any ideas? It's a crystal knife rest from the 1980s and looks like a nice Waterford crystal. They were popular in elite homes, where they were used to hold the end of the knife off the table between the courses of grand dinners. This would ensure that the tablecloth was not marked by the food stain knife. Waterford crystal is made from a combination of ultra-white silica, potash, and other minerals. Its high lead content gives it the clarity and brilliance for which it is known. Retail stores may price a new Waterford lead crystal Lismore wine glass at about $80 to $90 per stem. What is this greenish-blue glass dome? It is light and about the size of my hand. It has writing on it that says Krauss-Heinz VAP 812 and came with a yellow ring wrapped around the base that has the code VAP 71 written on it and some other unintelligible writing. I found this in a house I just moved into. The people who lived here left it in the garage. When I googled the writing, it showed up with some metal piping parts from Krauss-Heinz. The yellow ring has been painted yellow. It wasn't that color originally. What is this thing? It's definitely airport related and very old. These were obsolete in 1937. It's an old airfield lighting by Krauss-Heinz Company of Syracuse, New York. The Internet Archive has a catalog from 1937 airport lighting equipment, and on page 46 type VAP boundary obstruction and range lights. And on page 77, it shows the VAP 812 green globe replacement part and the VAP 71 globe clamping ring. What is this thing found in a house in a village in Lithuania, which is 80 to 100 years old? It's blunt-edged with a wooden handle. The shape of the handle, which widens at the joint, somehow tells me that it was designed for stabbing something. The length of the metal part is 40 to 50 centimeters. A friend bought an old house near a lake and found this item in. The house also had a lot of fishing gear. Could it be related to fishing? I'm not sure what it is called in English, but I'm pretty sure that's a tool for making ice holes for ice fishing. My father has such a thing. We used to go ice fishing a lot when I was a kid. I've seen such tools in action here in Latvia. These things have not changed much for ages. What is this tube with a handle on one end and 3 sets of crossed wires at the bottom? It appears it could slice something long and round into 6 pieces. I found it in the kitchen, and it takes up quite a bit of space for something we are unsure how to use. Around 9 inches from the handle to the wires and 3.5 inches in diameter. The handle is melamine or plastic. The body is metal and quite solid. What is it for? It's a pineapple cutter from the 1960s. I used one daily in Hawaii to make VIP pineapple presentation as a welcome gift from the hotel. It cuts through the core, but leaves the core attached to the wedges. Funny, it shows rings on the box when it totally doesn't do that. What is this thing made of brass and around 7 inches long? I bought it in a thrift store in southern Ukraine. Might well be Soviet. It is some sort of ornamental pin with a crowned head on top and a tiny thread on the lower end. Any suggestions? It's the handle of a Tibetan ceremonial bell from the 18th to 19th century. It is cast with the face of Buddha wearing an 8-foliate crown, supporting a band of lotus petals, and surmounted by a quintuple vajra-form finial. This Tibetan ritual bell would have been made as a pair with a matching dorje for ritual use in Tibetan Buddhist prayers and ceremonies. What are these penny-sized metal discs with stamps and old rope running through them? I found them in the base of an antique German grandfather clock. I tried searching the German words and only found stuff that vaguely referred to taxes. They have nothing to do with the clock mechanics. Any ideas? They are lead seals. They were affixed to goods to communicate information such as place of origin, manufacture, quality, size, circulation, and taxation. They are the colonial equivalent of today's merchandise tag, most commonly associated with textiles. Lead seals marked everything from tobacco and salt to bundles of various trade goods. It was affixed to a bale of goods at its place of origin, typically somewhere in Europe, and remained unmolested until the goods reached their final destination. What is this white tube roughly 2 to 3 feet long and about 20 pounds? I found this on a fairly remote beach in Baja, California. One tag says made in UK and the other is 7470. I'm unable to open it up or get inside easily. It felt pretty heavy, as if it was unlikely to float. However, I'm guessing it washed up on the beach, as this is not somewhere that many people ever go. And it didn't look like it had been in the water too long. Any idea what it is? It's a cetacean recorder, a fully automated passive acoustic monitoring instrument that detects porpoises, dolphins, and other toothed whales, except sperm whales, by recognizing the trains of echolocation sounds they produce to detect their prey, orientate, and interact. If you found this in the northern Gulf of California, it's an acoustic monitor that is used to detect the endangered vaquita porpoise, the world's most endangered marine mammal. There are only about 10 vaquita porpoises left off the coast of San Felipe. If you message them, they'd probably love to get it back. What is this antique globe object from northern Italy I inherited? My ancestor grew up in northern Italy and inherited this object from her tutor. Her tutor was from a semi-noble family and was the librarian for the Duke of Savoy, so it's possible it was a scholarly object. It is shaped like a globe and then opens to a compartment. There are 2 hooks on the front that may have held a pen or something similar in size and shape horizontally. I thought originally maybe a desktop brazier, but it doesn't have any form of ventilation like the ones I saw when I searched images of them. What exactly is this thing? My mum had something similar. It's a butter or caviar serving bowl from the early 20th century and possibly made in England. It's missing the glass insert that holds the caviar that's cooled on crushed ice. The hooks on the front hold the butter knife or caviar spoon. What are these metal containers with screw-on tops and strings attached, and about 100 years old? I found these while cleaning out an old house in Germany. The 3 large items seem to be containers, and the tops can be screwed on and off. My initial thought was it could be a canister from a really old-fashioned grease gun. Any ideas? Please tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.